Senator Nelson, welcome to the Subway Series once again.
It's good to be back with you.
So here we are in the middle of the healthcare debate. You're the guy, in many ways, right in the middle. What are the stakes right now in what we're debating?
Well, I think the stakes are high to try to get something that really makes sense, that will reduce the growing costs of healthcare. Insurance premiums continue to rise, and so obviously something needs to be done.
If this comes to the point where it's a bill that you really can't live with, a bill that looks like the bill that just passed in the House, will you be an obstructionist?
If I can't live with the bill, then I would vote not.
You would stop it?
Well, vote for cloture, not to continue it. But if faced with a decision about whether or not to move a bill that's bad, I won't vote to move it, for sure. I can tell you what I can't support. I can't support a government-run, robust public option that will undermine the insurance that 200 million Americans enjoy through the private market. I have said I would look at an opt-in for the states, or an option for the states to be able to create their own alternative if they have the challenges in their state that some have.
But have you been feeling the heat? I mean, MoveOn.org is, come out and obviously just challenged you a number of times on this.
So has Howard Dean and the Deaniacs and all those folks. They have their own.
Do you feel the heat?
They're special interests. They have their own agenda.
Yeah.
And my agenda is, I think, is the same as the people in Nebraska and their agenda. And I'm going to do what I think's right.
Okay. Does the House bill add up to that?
No.
You would have absolutely been a no vote on the House bill.
Absolutely.
Is it dead on arrival here in the Senate?
It'll never get here.
So what was wrong with the House bill in a nutshell?
Well, first of all, it's got more than a robust public option. It's got a totally government-run plan. The costs are extraordinary associated with it. It increased taxes in a way that will not pass the Senate, and I can go on and on and on.
What about cost? The final cost on the House bill was over $1 trillion.
Yeah.
Is that too much for you?
Well, absolutely.
Okay, what about abortion? How comfortable are you with what the House passed?
There may be different opinions about whether abortions are okay, but even some of the most pro-choice people do agree that federal taxpayer money ought not to be used to fund abortion. So whether it's subsidies on premiums or whether it's tax credits or whatever it is, it should not be used to fund abortion.
So if this bill doesn't have firm safeguards that say no money can be used for abortion, no federal money, you won't support it?
Can't imagine that I would.
So you and the other Democratic senators just had lunch with President Clinton. What did he say?
He said good government is the best politics. Trying to find a good health care bill under the circumstances and getting it passed is important to the people, and therefore it'll be good politics as well. But talk just generally about the process and the importance of getting something done.
But if you had been here in 1993, 94, you would have voted against that bill, wouldn't you?
Most likely.
But now, one of the things I understand that President Clinton had to say at lunch was, don't expect a perfect bill. You're never going to have a perfect bill. The worst option is to have nothing. Is he right about that? What
I heard him say is that you don't have to let the desire for perfection get in the way of the good, and that makes a great deal of sense. But I would add the caveat that we have to be sure that it's not a bad bill, that it doesn't add to the deficit, that it doesn't increase taxes, and that it does in fact control the growth in costs.
Well, Senator Nelson, I really appreciate you taking a ride with us on the Subway Series.
No, it's a pleasure to be on it.
Always a pleasure to talk to you.
You bet.
Right.
I'm just glad there wasn't an angry conductor here.